Hey, this is Dylan. I got inspired to make this video because I saw Jimmy Donaldson make his React video that he did 10 years ago. That he posted a video, he scheduled a video for now, 10 years into the future, predicting that he'd have 1 million subs. And if you know Mr. Beast, he has a little bit more than 1 million subscribers. And so it inspired me to make this video. I'm not scheduling this in the future, but this is to document the journey moving forward. And I realized that that's what I got to do. I learned from Gary Vaynerchuk as well, that documenting is more important, especially at the beginning of one's career in creating content, than trying to perfect the creation of content. And so where I'm at right now is I was doing daily posting on LinkedIn for a little while, and then I discovered an ad by Scott P. Shepard on this analog system, the analog knowledge funnel, and how to write specifically. There's a book that I have in front of me here, I'll pull it up, how to write a book. Oh, it's actually backwards. Hopefully it's forwards, but it looks backwards right now. How to write a killer book in 3 days without AI or crap GPT. Full disclosure, I did write a book with ChatGPT a year ago. Published it. So I outlined it and generated it fully with ChatGPT within a day, and then it took me a week to format it to get it ready to be published with Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP for short. And it's funny because there's parts in the book, throughout the book, that talk about how Amazon KDP is where independent authors go to kill their career. And yeah, I did not feel good about myself publishing on Amazon KDP, and especially publishing with complete content generated from ChatGPT. Now, I edited it and formatted it using my brain, but I'm not enthusiastic about selling it or distributing it as I thought I might be at the time. Um, Now we're at this point in the world where, and it could change in the future, but we're at this point where there's a divide between ideologies, where some people think that AI will help us move forward in reality, and some people think that AI is diminishing our resources on our planet faster than what we've done in the past, all combined. And so, if you're an environmentalist watching this, you're probably, or environmentally minded, you're probably aware of the resources that AI has been taking. Hopefully, we make it more optimal in the future. But so I fell in love with this idea because one thing I've noticed in my life, I've been studying how. So, for instance, let's go back in time. When I was a kid, I wanted to be both a rocket scientist as well as a musician, rock star, because at the time I liked rock music. And I even wrote a letter to myself to do music, make sure I'm doing music throughout my life. And so I've maintained doing music, and I've made some money with music, with playing music, and I want to do more in the future. In the science part, I fell away from academia because, for various reasons, when I was in high school, I went down the rabbit hole of learning that the pharmaceutical industry bought out the university systems 100 years ago, give or take, and it's the reason why alternative healing modalities and self-healing modalities had been snuffed out, because obviously there's no profit there's a lot less profit in helping people learn how to be whole and holistic healing, um, not relying. And so, pharmaceutical industry, they promote disease to manage the disease, which is what the healthcare system, I believe, is. Just under the surface, it's disease management. It's not actually preventative care in any way, shape, or form. And so they prevent death to a degree. But, anyways, um, so because I was going to be like a chemist, rocket scientist, but then I realized that it was the education system was bad, and so I took a year off. Ended up did going to school because family was like, "What are you doing with your life?" I was meditating and then using psychedelics, and I wasn't very proud of myself that fall after graduating in 2015. So I went to school for a little bit in Eau Claire, which is where I'm living now, actually, which is funny. Um, just didn't knew going in and throughout the whole semester that I wasn't gonna continue on. It was just to snuff out the voices that were telling me I was not being productive in my life. And then the following year in 2017, my grandpa, who was a pharmacist in my hometown for a major clinic system, he passed away, and within a week after the funeral, I moved to Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, for the Arizona School of Integrative Studies to study massage therapy, healing arts. And I specifically went for that school because they taught energy healing modalities, not just the physical healing modalities of massage. And particularly, I was interested in how we can heal the energy system because I had already known a little bit about energy bodies, chakras, things of that nature, how our heart is an electromagnetic field generator. And so I was going down that route and I loved it. But then I burnt out because I did not have boundaries. I did not have boundaries well. I did not maintain my boundaries. I didn't set boundaries, and I spread myself too thin amongst various communities in Tucson and learned a lot of things about myself. And when I left, came back, became a climbing director at a scout camp because that was my childhood, was going to scout camp. And so that was how I got out of Arizona, was being paid to fly back and train at the National Camp School to be a climbing director. And eventually found myself getting back into the healing world by studying nutrition coaching, which is what led me here at a meal prep company. It's currently known as Midwest Meals, and the franchise is mysimpplan.com. And I've been here for 4.5 years now, and it's changed my life. I know that it's always felt like it's going to be the last job I have. I've been able to study a lot working here. There's a lot of downtime, like right now, I'm working, but I have the ability, I have the okay, the go ahead to do whatever I want, within reason, of course. Um, and the other thing that's inspired me is that a couple of doors down, over at Sups, Connor Pashby, he started making videos like I am right now. Obviously, his were a little bit different in nature. He's a personal trainer, and he started his business called Calibrated Strength at the time when I started working here. And now he's doing well. He's got a physical location gym, and it's a personal training gym. There's only 50 membership spots for people that don't actively have like the personal training. So that they can use the gym whenever 24/7. But then everyone else that uses the gym, it's personal training, and it's wild because I don't think there's any other gyms in the area that only do personal training like that. And yeah, so he's killing it. We're about the same age, and so he's an inspiration for me, as well as so many people in the world. He's just the local one that was literally a couple doors down, working at a supplement store. And so I say this is going to be the last job because while really enjoy working here, I've seen myself opening up a storefront, but what I really want to do is write another book and actually write a book. And so that's why I have this book. I got note cards out. I am preparing to write a book about what I want to share with the world because I read an email from the author that was said that the number one regret people have is not what they've done but what they haven't done. And I know I've been sitting on this idea for this book for years, and it didn't come out right in the ChatGPT generated book that I wrote a year ago. And so I'm going to do it right this time. And it might not be perfect, but I know that it's going to set me off in the right direction. And 10 years from now, in spirit of the beginning of this video, 10 years from now, alrighty, I don't know where I was in my train of thought. A little bit, I do know a little bit, but I just had a little bit of a break. I had a couple customers come in, and this reminds me that also in the past, every time I've done a video like this, when I'm in the storefront working, beautiful things happen, beautiful interactions happen in the middle of recording. So I'm going to end it here, but this is a reminder to myself to keep on making these videos every day, and especially when I'm working, but also every day when I have the opportunity to make the video. Because the act of documenting and talking about where I've been, where I am, and where I'm going allows magic to happen in my life, just like it happened right now. And yeah, I was thinking about the thing that could have happened today, and it did happen in the middle of recording this. So yeah, just keep on doing you, Dylan. And I'm gonna post this just like this, and we're gonna keep on moving forward. See you next time.